Yeah, I think that's nice.
We're here with Darren. You alright, man?
I'm good, thanks.
How you doing? All good. So, tell me a bit about this sick S14 that you brought down.
So this was imported by Shahar Motorsports.
Yeah. How long ago now?
About 5 years ago now.
5 years?
5, 6 years. So it's been in my hands for quite a while, so it's changed a bit from when I first got it, but it's sort of still the same sort of car from Japan, with most of the styling and everything. But
like you were saying off camera that you basically just improved and like really tweaked it to be perfected what he had a vision of, basically.
Yeah, I want to try and like make it better than what it was when I first got it. I don't think it was sort of gone through a fine-tooth comb, which is what I want to eventually do, but it's more I want to try and make everything that's on there better and add my little touch to it as well.
You were saying basically full resto, but
yeah,
a long term like
resto, but at the moment with no garage and a house, the car's
of course
taking a side step.
You were saying that's the reason you've been sort of off of this for a couple of years, essentially.
So I've not been enjoying the car like I should, which is very sad, but at the same time I've managed to buy a house and keep the car, which is like...
And a space for a garage, so this can now...
And space for a garage, a 3-car garage with a ramp, so I can play and tinker and enjoy it.
And do you think you'll be back on the drifting, you say, probably in another year then?
In another year or two.
When the garage is kind of there?
I want to be getting out there, because I've got so many ideas behind the garage, like tire machine and loads of spare wheels, so you don't have to spend all the money out on getting tyres.
You're going to have us all come up and be like, can we use your tire?
I want to make everyone jealous, but no, it's just years of crawling on cold, wet floors and garages where you can barely open your doors.
I'm still there.
It's like, I had it in my mind, why am I still doing this? Like, when you can just enjoy it if you can make it happen, which I can now make it happen. So
now that you've taken those years out,
yeah,
it's now possible, which to be fair we all need to do at some point.
Yeah.
I'm not quite there, so I am already jealous. You haven't even done it yet, but Volks you've got?
T37 SLs,
sexy,
9.5s up front and 10.5s on the back.
Have they been...
But square tyres, so they're 255s.
Oh, okay.
So I've got like the track sort of fitment on the front to keep the grip, and then stretched on the back, because the rear, once again, another job that he's doing is tubbing the rear arches, which is why it sits so high, because it was rubbing before. So it's gone up.
Well, it's not like it's a usable.
Well, low origin would be.
But a street car, like, okay, you can maybe tweak it, but for God's sake, you don't want to have to like worry about blowing this up completely.
It's a clean car, a very clean car, and I don't want to ruin it on British roads. So for me, I'm more function over form, so I'd rather it do its job than...
Yeah, because you are, well, this was a drift car and it still will be a drift car when you're back out on...
Always be a drift car.
Yeah, of course.
As pretty as it is, and as much as I like it, I just want to go sideways.
But that's how it should be, man. You should want to keep it nice and drift. It seems to be like there's no two options, is there? You either have a crashed up Beamer.
There's always the option, just how much money you've got to waste.
No, I know. Well, you were saying earlier off camera that you've already smashed up one set and you're like, oh my God,
so
why am I doing this?
I've gone backwards into a wall at Rockingham. So that's one set of lights gone, but I had to get another set. I've managed to repair the bumper and smash the rear end back out so it's straight.
So that's the original bumper that you...
That's the original bumper.
Oh my God, okay.
It was more like, so it was in half here, and then it had cracks and stuff down here, and all of this was falling apart.
Fair play, honestly, mate. I've done some crashes like that, and I wouldn't even want to attempt to...
It's fiberglass, it's easy.
Oh, you say that.
A lot of work, but it is...
But like getting things like this to look normal again and stuff.
It was difficult. It's a lot of sanding, like weeks of sanding, and then the spraying. You're just like, yeah, that'll do.
What else has been done to the chassis to make it do some skids?
So chassis-wise, I've got extended lower arms at the front.
Yeah.
Not too much at the front. It's more the rear. So I've got IKEA Performance rear, lower arms, upper arms, and trailer arms. So it's fairly. It's nothing crazy, not like big wise fab kits and big lock kits. It's just
like what, cut knuckles or?
Yeah, so it's trying to keep it in the theme of like the old Japanese, where you don't have to do too much to get it sideways and to get decent lock. So I've kind of kept all of that because it always worked. Like, why would you change something if it's...
No, absolutely.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And you haven't had to somewhat change or upgrade any arms or anything like that underneath?
No, not as yet. Like maybe in the future when I need to get alignment done on it properly, because it's running too much camber on the rear, so I need a bit more grip. But that'll get booked in one day.
Has it got a special diff?
Yes, it's got a CAS 2A. So
awesome. Okay.
It's still got the clunkiness at low speed, but like it's still an astonishing car to sort of drive, and you can drive it fast if you wanted to, and it's not sketchy like driving with a welded diff. So, but yeah,
Do you find though that it's so tight that it almost feels like a welder anyway, or no?
Not at all. It's got that give. It has got that give, so you can kind of send it and not hope for the best. You do know what the car wants. It's very much a driver's car.
The S-body predictability is what you want.
Yeah. Like, I can imagine just literally not doing much to this, taking some camber out and literally using it as a track car, which would be amazing, but it's too much fun to go sideways. Too much fun, and too loud for tracks.
It'll be good fast, but nah, it's not what it's made to do. And of course, this obviously looks like the Uraz kit that you're...
Uraz style.
But it's UK made, isn't it? By your...
Ian Waddington, One Wizard.
Yeah.
He made that for me, so
it's very of the body kit,
follows
but
the lines, especially on the back here. Like, you don't notice it, but this body line, as this comes up, it follows that as well. And so when people normally make the drag wings, they bring them in line with the boot.
Yeah.
Because I wanted it further out to sort.
And of course, you've made some cooler looking end plates, because you don't get that with the actual Uraz thing. That's cool, man. How wide are the fenders?
So they are 55mm wider than original.
Really?
So
why do they look so like nicely tame? I don't know.
They were on the car, but as far as I know, they're Wise. So that's the name of the company in Japan, Wise. But it's the same front and rear fenders, but they're tame. They're nothing like too in your face or anything crazy, which is why I liked the car when I originally saw it. I was like, it's clean, especially with the rear bumper. It's growing on me. It's definitely growing.
Yeah, that's probably the wildest style Q, isn't it? This.
You don't see it in the UK. It's not something like even in like Japanese drifting videos, you very rarely see it. It's not a common bumper, and at the same time, that's why I love it. It's like nothing's sort of out there. Everything's different. So front arches, rear arches, they're from the same company.
Yeah.
Bonnet is Origin. Front bumper is sort of like a mismatch. It's a Yasho factory front bumper, but it's extended lip. But
we're thinking a GP lip or something. The original bumper, I can imagine, would probably end like here.
Bumpers don't even come out that far.
No.
That lip is like a good 5 inches.
So you think the top's been extended out as well?
I don't know if that's standard, but it just seems to me that every S-body I've seen, they come out a bit, but it's still quite. It does take a battering because they. But that's like, it's got nice it's like a weird PVC sheet, so it's aluminium PVC and then aluminium over the top.
You got like a skid.
Which is perfect because when you're on a drift day, hit a couple of cones, it just bounces off and it can take a battering. The amount of speed bumps up, as you can see, a massive chunk of this in there. It does take a good battering and it saves your bump.
Have you had some mad front crashes with this at all?
Not mad, no, not too mad.
Good. I mean, good.
I wouldn't mind the rear, but the front is just too aggressive. Everything normally gets scared away from it when you crash. It's like a force field to stay away.
Yeah, please. This front end costs thousands. Leave me alone. What has been done in the cockpit? Is this a Cusco dash dodger?
Yep, dash dodger. I painted it gold because black and gold.
Of course.
That is the theme here. Got a nice bit of carbon that my partner likes to buy me car parts because she's very good like that. But this is all modified because of the R33 gearbox, because normal SR gearbox doesn't like you having good, decent power and third gear.
Absolutely,
so
absolutely.
They decided they want to make them out of chocolate. So I've had to modify this to sort of make this fit.
And you've obviously done all this as well quite nicely.
I've moved all this. So originally when I got the car, it was all in the glove box. and it was like an MDF sheet inside the glove box, which wasn't exactly the prettiest thing.
And as you can't even read it when you're over there, and it's
with the ECU dangling off of the bottom of the glove box isn't exactly friendly to tall people. But yeah, it's like moving them up here, so I've got everything that I need to sort of see: oil pressure, oil temperature, water temperature boost, and sort of knowing what's going on with the car has saved me a few times with issues.
Absolutely, and obviously the AFR right in your face, which is where it should be.
And fuel pressure as well. It's nice to have like a selection of what's going wrong here.
I like your positioning of it all. I've been trying to figure out for me as well, because you end up just people drilling holes all the way through here, don't they?
Yeah.
But why not have them?
It's nice having, like, especially a roll cage mount there. You could kind of stack them up here, but then vision out the front, you want to sort of keep it clean, so
No, absolutely.
it's still in your vision, but
It's super clean, man.
when you drive and look.
Obviously, a blanking plate that you've made back here.
That was done in Japan.
Oh,
It's not the neatest thing. That's another.
but it keeps the smoke out.
Yeah, it's another thing I want to sort of kind of get on top of. And carpets was another thing in this. It was something that didn't come with the car. I tried to make it look smarter by spraying it inside and making it all black, because the car was originally white. So I sprayed it with black inside to sort of bring it in the theme of the car, but it still just looked a bit tacky and it was very loud. So sound deadening and a bit of carpet has made it more enjoyable to sort of drive to and from drift days and shows and actually enjoy it.
More of a street car, basically. Your brides?
The brides that I
With bride rails?
that were mismatched originally. So the backs, one was just silver and one was a glitter back. But again, I decided to make my own
Gold glitter backs?
own version of a gold glitter back. Driving an SR is worrying, so you have to. You're like, if I could have a GoPro and a monitor on here, just to monitor.
An SR with power, yes. You don't want to end up just driving along like, oh, what's this doing? Shit, I can't even see. Starting from the block, fully forged.
Fully forged. So it's a Tomei 2.2 litre stroke kit, fully forged bottom end, and then I've had to rebuild the head a couple of times now, which is not exactly what we want to do. It's not the SR's fault, so I'm gonna protect the SR there. It's this shitty fucking Nissan piece of crap that they put on there that breaks.
Well, you were saying off camera, the Nissan thing left is causing you the issues as well.
So that's broken, snapped, bolt goes through the engine and just fucking obliterates everything. So rebuilding your engine, kids, is not fun. Tomei oversized, 1mm oversized valves, Greddy inlet. We got the Greddy TD0620G top mount, which is.
How do you find that?
That's the job.
Lag wise, when does it kick in?
It's like 3.5k.
Oh, that's decent.
You get a punch. Like it's not like, oh, let me just give you a little
it's
bit.
Nothing.
It's
then
like,
wow.
It's like, oh yeah. With the 2.2, it's still quick. If I had no turbo, it'd still be a quick car. But with that punch, it just gives you like a 200-300 brake horsepower punch. Certainly keeps you on your toes driving this thing.
I like the fact that you've obviously kept this. A lot of people don't, and I don't know why.
If you don't, then you might as well just get rid of the fan, because you just run electrics, because that's how science works.
I've always thought that is pointless though, because if they've designed this and it stays cool, and then people go, oh, I've got 2 electric fans, it's like, well, if you just kept that, you wouldn't have had to.
I've got an electric fan as well.
Have you?
So
do you need it?
Not really.
No.
Like, okay, when you're pushing hard on a really hot drift day, it needs it. But with this, it runs great. It does have small issues here and there, but it's a good car.
Do you feel like you've fully tamed this car yet as well? No.
I pretty much drive it everywhere on low boost. It still keeps me on my toes, and if I feel like I'm getting a bit brave, like after driving it for so long, I leave it on low boost. But when you stick it on high boost, it's a different kettle of fish. And it's like a different car again. Like you could, for not driving it for however long because of COVID and buying a house, it's sort of, you can drive it on low boost, be like, fuck me, this is an amazing car, and then after driving it a while, you can stick it on high boost and be like, okay, it's a new car.
And that's the 2 selections, low and high.
Low and high.
So low is
1.2 bar on low boost.
On low?
And 1.6 on high boost. So it's
fucking hell.
It punches.
Like literally, I'm only used to probably like a bar, And like, I feel that's pretty fun. But oh, I can't wait to actually have a little ride in it, man. But no, thank you for today. And yeah, let's have a little go.
Right. Let's have some fun.
Sheesh! I'm actually dizzy. Brilliant, mate. Fucking hell. So good.